Classroom Talk for Social Change, Critical Conversations in English Language Arts by Melissa Shibley, Associate Professor of English Education, Hunter College, CUNY. Amy Vetter, Professor of English Education, UNC Greensboro. And Khadijah Monet Martin, Doctoral Candidate in Urban Education, the Graduate Center, CUNY.
So my name is David Connor. I have worked at Hunter College and the Graduate Center of CUNY. I've been an educator for 30 plus years, and although I'm retired, I still work part-time. I was happy when Melissa, Amy and Khadijah invited me to participate in their book by doing an illustration for their cover. And so for their particular book, I wanted to keep it simple. I wanted a classroom. I wanted an aspect of the classroom because I knew I couldn't fit the whole thing in there. And so I decided on a teacher and kids or young people. I wanted to consciously reflect diversity in terms of race, ethnicity, gender, ability, and religion. In art, we can take some liberties. So the angle is pretty much an invented one. It does allow all of the students and the teacher to be seen somewhat equally represented. I definitely wanted to show some form of engagement, so they look as if they are talking or listening or both. Some have access to a computer or a pencil or a paper. I wanted to show dynamism, to show equal participation of sorts. And that's why there are hands either up in the air or making gestures of, the way that we use our arms when we're speaking sometimes. And I wanted to make sure that it was reflective of the contents of the book, which honor the notion that everybody in class is valuable, has experiences, histories, points of view that need to be shared, that need to be tapped into. One of the jobs of a teacher is to create spaces for this to occur and to be the mediator of the knowledge that comes into the room to help bring it out, to help shape it, to help make sure everybody's represented. And so I stuck to that notion in the simplicity of the design, and I have to thank Teachers College for making it against a lovely vibrant purple backdrop. And so to me, the purpose of a book's cover means it should stand out. If it were in a rack in front of me, would I be drawn to the cover by the title of the book, by the illustration, by the colors, a combination of all three? And so those were some of the thoughts that I put into the cover. And if there's anybody out there who wants a book cover done, you just let me know. Thank you.
Classroom Talk for Social Change is a book for English language arts teachers, teacher educators, literacy coaches, and school leaders looking for resources and guidance on how to lead difficult conversations about social identities, including race, class, gender, sexuality, ability, and other oppressions in the classroom. Critical Conversations support students with the tools to speak back to injustices they encounter in and out of school, support grassroots activism among youth, and build students' literacies for full participation in civic life and democracy. The authors take readers through a framework for fostering critical conversations. The framework includes building knowledge about power, adopting a critical learner stance, enacting critical pedagogies, using critical talk moves, and embracing vulnerability. These concepts are interrelated. Building knowledge about power is necessary for understanding the histories underlying racist or sexist language used in schools. In addition, understanding how power works in society can help students unpack those issues during critical conversations. The book offers discussion of dominant narratives, such as individualism and meritocracy, that uphold the status quo, and suggested readings and resources for building knowledge about the histories of race, class, gender, sexuality, and ability. When teachers engage in both critical self-reflection and critical consciousness, they enact a critical learner stance, which is a mindset that embraces the possibility for challenging, rethinking, or developing nuanced understandings about our knowledge about systems, power, privilege, and oppression. Adopting a critical learner stance requires a shift in thinking from demonstrating what we know to opening ourselves to what we don't know yet. This work entails reflexivity, empathy, and flexibility. Pedagogical foundation for critical conversations is an approach to teaching and learning rooted in critical pedagogies that uncovers how social systems such as classism, racism, and sexism operate. In English classrooms, this approach focuses on uncovering how ideologies circulate in the text from our everyday lives, including media and literature, as a critical form of literacy. Building awareness of classroom talk during critical conversations requires a focus not only on the content, but also the structure of the talk. Critical talk moves ignite inquiry, are inclusive of multiple perspectives, disrupt status quo thinking, and are action-oriented. A final part of framework includes how emotions are part of the learning process when talking about power. The book addresses vulnerability as feeling exposed in the context of critical conversations. Embracing vulnerability is a sign of growth and is an important entry point to building critical knowledge about the self and society.